Yo, today on the Yo That podcast, we got a couple things to talk about. First, Micah Parsons. Listen, I don't think he's coming to Philly, but we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Brandon Graham and how he basically kind of gave the inside, but we already know what was going on with all that kind of situation. And we also got to talk about, man, Nick Sirianni. Is this a do or die year for him? Is this a prove it year for him? Let's talk about it, y'all. Yo, that.
Philly. I hated playing against Philly. Kelsey, his little fast always ran full. He would snap the ball and run over right now and just. I'm like, bro, you got some good guards. Let them work. You don't got to help them every time. I'm not letting you. We're not gonna let you ruin the game. And I'm like, God, every single play, every time I played the Eagles, bro, I really never really got no one on ones. I probably had like one or two during the game, and that would be it. If you don't win any one on one that time, then you're done. You're gonna get doubled and triple team for the rest of the game.
Yo, that man. You know who it is. You know what it is. Your boy Philly Fresh, aka the General here reporting for duty. Listen, if you haven't done it, make sure you hit that sub button that's right down there. There it go. Yes, and also it is a bell next to it to let you know when I put a ball this flavor notification gang. Yo, that gang. Yo, that. What's going on? Please, we like a minute in. Hit the like button for your boy. However, the algorithm works, more people get to see me, more people get to see the merch. And yes, the merch is on fire. Shout out to Print Champs. This is sponsored by them. It's also sponsored by Shafirs Journey, man. Once again, if you don't know the tragedy that happened with my son, it came to a situation to where as though me and my wife, we started a nonprofit. Really her. I ain't gonna take the credit. Started a nonprofit for kids to, get the things that they need, faster wheelchairs, equipment, and resources and all that kind of thing. Both links will be in the description. Please make sure y'all go check it out. All right. Fresh fact today is sometimes some of the greatest things is things that you can't see. And I'm saying that because I don't know where you was at for the eclipse, but I was out there. I didn't see it. Now in Philly, it was so cloudy. You really couldn't see, but I did see it got darker. But you couldn't actually see the moon getting blocked by the sun and all. You ain't see all that. But we do know that it did happen. It wasn't a hoax. It did happen. But it is what it is. I would love to see it. I'm gonna look on. Somebody try to send me something to see if somebody made a video of it because I really didn't get to see it. I had my glasses and everything. I can't find them. I had my shades on. It ain't get dark. It ain't get dark. All right. We're gonna start with Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham, he's basically like on a tour. He's basically on a tour and he's talking about um just defensive coaches not being put in the right spot. And I don't know if I totally agree with that, but he's in the locker room, he's there, he gets it. But defensive coordinator is a defensive coordinator. So I don't know what right spot he's talking about. But what I'm gonna say is they was trash. What I'm gonna say is Brian Johnson and Matt Patricia was both trash. They was trash. And I do get it. And y'all know for about, I'm going to say 11 weeks, I was defending Brian Johnson. I mean, I'm sorry, not Brian Johnson. What's my man name? Sean Desai. Sorry about that. Sean Desai. I was defending Sean Desai. I'm like, yo, you got to look at the situation of the situation when it's situated. Like, look at all the injuries. Look at Avante Maddox going out. You had Carter going out. You had linebackers going in and out. N'Kobe Dean was out for the season. Reed Blankenship missed games. Like, it was so much of a mix shift. But still, you do have coaches that can still figure it out. The defense definitely was trash. Then we're gonna talk about Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald goes on and he says that the toughest line to play against was the Philadelphia Eagles. And that's a testament to Stoutland University. Jeff Stoutland, I keep telling y'all this, and I will continuously tell you this. He is the best position coach in the NFL. Once again, what he did with a guy like Jordan Mailata, never played the game of football 7 years ago, coming out, and now he's a top 3 offensive coordinator in the game. Period. So I ain't surprised Aaron Donald said what he said. I'm really not. I'm really not. Um, Now we gotta talk about AJ Brown. AJ Brown working out hard. Man, he just looked different. He just looked different. The route running looked like he getting faster. I don't know how the hell he doing that, but it's hard work and dedication. And he changed his Twitter to Kobe Bryant. He got that Mamba mentality, and that's the kind of guy that you need. All that stuff last season, all what Philadelphia media was trying to say, and all that no, he's not the one. He's not the one, and he gonna prove it. 1K always open, man. Definitely is going to prove it this year. Gonna have a crazy breakout year. I just think Devontae Smith might have a better one because of the route tree, because of how they might use him. But he definitely gonna have a crazy year, and that's crazy to say. All right, let me say this. Nick Sirianni. Now, I'm gonna start off by saying this. It's not many teams in the NFL. Probably Kansas City. I could probably stop there. It's not many teams in the NFL that have 11 that win 11 games and say that's a bad season. Now we all know why. We all know why we say that, because of the collapse that happened and everything. But it's still, you still win double-digit games, and we saying it's a bad season. You know how many teams would love to have that record? Let's just go into the conference. The Giants, Washington, the Falcons, the Panthers. I mean, like Pittsburgh. Like, it's a lot of teams that would love to have that record. But yet and still, we knew what our expectations was, and we ain't get there. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't think that Nick Sirianni is on the hot seat. But I'm going to say this. You did kind of hide behind, I ain't going to say hide behind, but the focal point on everything was, and I'm going to say deservingly so right now, until the season starts, until we see what you do with these new coordinators. But the focus was the DC and the OC coordinators. You got to actually hide behind that, keep your job, let Howie Roseman bring in who he wanted. I don't think that it was Nick Sirianni bringing in neither Kellen Moore or Vic Fangio. I think Howie Roseman took the helms to say, yo, this ain't work last year. You appointed those guys. You appointed Brian Johnson. You appointed Sean Desai, and then X that out, Matt Patricia. I think that was a upper scale decision, but it still didn't work out. But these are the guys that you appointed. So now we're gonna get our guys. And you ain't really gotta do too much. Gotta manage the team. You gotta make sure everybody's right, everybody's prepared. You gotta make sure you know when to throw the flag and all that kind of stuff. And you gotta be the motivator. You gotta be the guy that everybody goes to. Not like Dallas Cowboys when everybody goes to the owner. You gotta be the head coach that everybody goes to when they have a problem, when they don't. So, for me, I ain't gonna say this is a do or die year for Nick Sirianni. But you definitely got to show up. You definitely got to prove what you seen last year was a hoax. Because let's talk about it. You got a top 5 quarterback in Jalen Hurts. You got a top 3 wide receiver in Devontae and AJ Brown. You got a top 5 a wide receiver in Devontae Smith. You got a top 2 running back. You got a top 1 or 2 offensive line. You got a top. I'm gonna give Dallas got a top 5. You got a top 5 tight end. You got all these things at your disposal. Defense, we got to see how that work out. I'm gonna make another video on all the moves that they made on defense. But you got all these things. You should be projected to absolutely win the NFC East and make a run. Let's see. I think it's gonna happen. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know, man. Stay Philly, stay fresh, y'all.